Hey folks, welcome back to Timberborn and our Update 7 LEAFCOATS Let's Play. Now, I did say I was going to get some of this time-lapsed before we came back, and I have not. Predominantly because I've been playing Update 1.0, I guess, Ember Pelts. Bobbing About has the Ember Pelts available in Update 1.0, and I've been playing that on the Meander map, and it's really good fun. It all seems to work really well, and I have now a 400 beaver, 300 bot colony on there, and I'm having a lot of fun. So, yeah, I've kind of got a bit distracted with doing that rather than coming back and playing this, because I could play that on my laptop. And yeah, I was testing, folks. Remember, always be testing. Any PC World fans here? No, just me. Okay. So we're gonna rescue. Actually, if we did that, we can do both in one go. We'll rescue the bot, because I'm a nice beaver overlord. But yeah, it means I have not got done what I said I would do. I'm a bad YouTuber. Anyway, we'll try and run a bit of 30 times to get some of this done in a timely manner. Now, turns out Mr. Bobbing About does indeed watch the videos. Which always is very cool, but slightly worrying, because he can correct when I say things wrong, like the fact that it is not intended that the beavers can, in fact, destroy or delete dirt as far down as they were. If you didn't see his comment, he thinks that's maybe a change in the base game behavior. So yeah, unexpected but good from our point of view. So good to know, I guess. Good to know. So what we want to do is be thinking about, I think the plan was to cut things down to this level for our giant mangrove swamp. At the same time, I could be thinking about doing the redirection, but I kind of like the idea of focusing on a project and trying to get it done. So I think that's what we'll do. Let's see if we can speed up the rescuing of this guy, and we want to be able to get down here to get this done. And we'll try a little bit of 4 times speed again. What I don't have going is the FPS counter, because I'm kind of curious how well the game's going to run at the moment. So one of the reasons that I'm playing on Update 1 on my laptop, building a big colony, is I'm curious about the performance improvement. But I think I've spoken about it in Timberborn stuff. But my laptop, which I don't really use much for, I don't really use for any Timberborn based content, but it's running a bit inconsistently. It's quite old now. I used to use it for all of my content creation back when I started doing YouTube stuff. Actually, when I started doing YouTube stuff, I had a completely different laptop. But for quite a long time doing YouTube, I used to use my laptop for the majority of my content creation. But it's getting a bit long in the tooth, and it has an issue now where I don't know if it's the battery or the power supply. Some research suggests it's possibly the battery, but anyway, inconsistently, when I start it up, it sometimes has performance issues. And at the moment, it's in a performance issue phase. But what I want to test, and I'm going to move that colony across to here to this computer at some point to test it. I might give you guys a little tour of it when I've finished it, so you can see it. But get to the point, man. Get to the point. The point is, I want to see if the performance of the game has improved significantly with the changes that the devs have made or claim to have made in how well the game runs. Because those of you that have been here a little while will remember in the last series that I did, I had a lot of performance issues once the colony got big. Now, as I said, I've got, I think at the moment, between 400 and 500 beavers and about 300 bots. And my laptop is running at about 25% capability at the moment, graphically. And I'm getting about 20 FPS now. I don't know, because TIMBERBORN is a very CPU heavy game, whether that will improve when it decides to wake up again. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Some of you did point out to me, quite rightly, that if I do that, these guys will be able to cut the trees down again, because they're blocking themselves from the rest of the trees. All right, and then as we get these in, we need to be thinking. Always be thinking, folks. All right. I'm going to have it at this level. So we want, now maybe putting back dirt that I've just taken out. And if that's the case, it's been a tiring week. Come in here and we're going to remove all of this. Say week, tiring few days. Have I mentioned in a TIMBERBORN video that I have mentioned we have new pup, I'm pretty sure. And it's, I say new pup, he's 4 years old, but it's hard work having a new dog, folks. Yeah. It'd be tiring. I really want to take that corner out, I think. And then we'll just leave that for a bit again, and let them do some building. So yeah, those guys are now cutting trees down, which is cool. We're quite low on logs actually, but that's because of what we're doing. We're building lots of platforms or overhang. These doofers. Overhangs, which use a lot of logs and planks. So once we've got them in, actually it'll probably be okay. We'll probably get through some stuff quite quickly. So yeah. And hopefully we can get this ripped out relatively quickly at that point. To talk about the Ember Pelts, I'd not played with the Ember Pelts since Series 9, I think, when we did the Ember Pelts Apocalypse mode. And yeah, they're always a fun faction to play with. I'm using the food extension that I think JC is using in his Ember Pelts one, and yeah, having beavers with 80-something well-being is nuts. I don't use nuts, but you know what I mean. It's kind of crazy, the amount of food combinations you can make with them, and because I'm at the point where I'm late game, essentially, it is really crazy just how much stuff and how quickly you can do things and how much food you can make for them. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's throw in a couple more bot-based building huts, shall we? I know, completely in the spirit of the faction, I'm literally just going to throw them down on the ground here. Because we need to get more stuff built more quickly. More quickly is, in fact, the correct English for how you do that. Yeah. That'll work. If I prioritize some of this for a bit, then some of the stuff that they need for building some of these things will recover a little bit. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Yeah. Well done, me. The other thing we can think about is, and it's not going to help them recover a bit because it uses up more logs, but is the water tank. So he's going to live over here like this. And he's going to essentially sit here next to the mangrove grove. Good wordage. Good wordage. And we are going to have to do more terrain removal to support that. We are also going to have to come and rip that tree out. So, easiest way to do that, well, probably remove those guys because they don't need to be there. Remove you. And head down here. And just delete you, I think. Let's do that. Those are happening, which is great. Got some more builders coming online because we have got spare bots, so we may as well employ them. Let's make sure you are prioritized by haulers. That extract is good. Shovels are good. Let's make sure you're prioritized as well. And then again, we want to come in here, along here. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Then start you start the process of cutting out here. So I imagine most of you watch, maybe not. I imagine a lot of you watch JC the Beard. I think some of you don't for some of the reasons that people don't watch JC the Beard. But I tend to dip in and out of his content. And I watched his review of his survey thing that he does, and it was quite interesting listening to him talking about the fact that he pretty much now, I think, exclusively makes beaver videos. Certainly his core audience pretty much exclusively wants to watch beaver videos. And I know there's a bunch of you here that pretty much only watch my beaver videos. And like when I started, I only made farm sim videos. And there were people that when I diversified into beaver videos were mortified that I was making anything other than farm sim videos. But Now, for me, it matters less because this is not my job. This is my hobby. This does not pay my bills. This pays for me to do things like build computers and have fun. I am not at all dependent on making money out of what I do here to support myself or my family. This is a hobby for me, and if what I do terminally affects the income of this YouTube channel, nothing suffers except my ability to have fun with, you know, side projects, and, you know, maybe my self-esteem to some extent because I've made bad choices. Yeah. For JC, I think it's become a significant part of his income. So it was really interesting. The point I'm trying to get to is it was really interesting hearing him talking about the fact that he's quite worried about this game getting to essentially end of life for content once it goes live. And I was talking in the previous video, either the previous video here or in the Update 1 Creators video, that a little bit of what I'm planning to do with how this is going to work for irrigation is going to mirror what I plan to do in that series for how I want to keep the aquatic farm irrigated. And, you know, it's kind of thinking that unless you're a Skystorm, because he sits in, well, in terms of creators that I'm aware of, he sits in a bubble where he does this insane stuff. And I'm not that creative. There is almost like, it feels like there is a limit to what you can do with this game in terms of building different things all the time. Certainly for me, because I'm not a super creative person. Now, I'm really lucky sometimes that some of you give me great ideas, like the Stackaduct. That was someone else's idea. That was not my idea. Someone gave me that idea in a comment, and I actualized it in a way that I wanted to. And it was really cool. It was an awesome project, and it made for great videos. And it actually worked, which was even better. Because I've never been, back when we had some of the fluid limits that we had in the game, I've never been awesome at that kind of stuff, you know? It's not been my forte. I'm quite good at like designing concepts and stuff, but yeah, there are people that, again, Skystorm is a good example. Maybe partly because he puts in a lot of time, but they had a better understanding of all the edges and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting that if you're a channel like JC's, that essentially his whole thing is make beaver videos. We only want beaver videos. Now, I suspect his core audience will want to keep watching him make beaver video for a really long time. Yeah, why does that think it's... Oh, because they've not built the staircase. Okay. Because we're really low on logs. That's fine. Logs will come. More logs over here. We easily get as we can. Let's turn this guy off. Let's get in here. Got a couple of spare bots so we don't get the tree murderer. fact, let's turn off those and we'll come and cut down some of those. I have a feeling we were working on something else. We were going to deepen this, weren't we? Why is water not coming out of here? This bad water's got trapped in here. Okay. So, how do we need to adjust this? Guess we need to cut that out. Yeah, right. Let's open that for a second. That'll sort itself out. Yes, as a priority, we need to resolve this issue. So, my priority. Yeah, we need to take out that block, I think, so that those two can mix. So, let's come up here, remove that as a priority. Yeah. Because the two chambers can't mix, they can't clear each other. It can't clear itself. And where I've put that, that's not really going to work anyway, but they can get to that, so it's not a problem. I think maybe we do the same this side as well. Yeah. Probably going to make one heck of a mess, but yeah, if we remove that, I think, and probably that as well, and we want to remove that, and that ultimately. We might need to remove that as well, and that, and that. So let's. Can I get to those? Yeah. Need to do a bit of prioritization. You will respect my priority. Yeah, a little bit of problem solving, and so we did want to change some of this, but I don't think we're going to today. So this might be a shorter video. So I'm in my Christmas holiday break at the moment. And mention new pup is here. And I'm trying to spend what time I can with the family. But they've all gone out Christmas shopping. And we're also experimenting with Pup coping on his own. So Pup's downstairs with Pup Cam. Can't actually see him on Pup Cam at the moment, which is a little bit worrying what he's getting up to. But yeah. We then need to put dirt back there. And back here. I should be able to do that once that one's in. And we need to get that done in the next few days because it needs to be done before the bad side hits. please, and thank you. Because we really want to get this sealed back up again. Yeah. Bad planning on my part. And we also need to get those built. Rain blocks, please. That side's sealed. Awesome. We've got 2 more to build. Shouldn't be an issue. We've got dirt, which we have. I'm gonna let them place this one before I put the next one in, because I've had a bunch of issues on the other save of putting dirt down and then not being able to build the subsequent block. So get that in. I'll run it a little bit faster because we're close and we can keep our FPSs. There we go. All right, that's resealed. So hopefully now you can go back. You are on auto. Brilliant. And now water can flow all around that. Excellent. Right. Back over here. Back over here. We are making progress. What are we at? We are out of shovels. Right. Can we make shovels over here? Where even is the shovel factory? I feel like this might be a good place to make shovels, where the metal is. Wow, they've stripped that bare. But yeah, let's get some more shovels being made. That's going in slowly but surely. I think it's the first time we've run out of shovels. We can put in a bit more that preparation to do. I do like that this behaves a little bit like dynamite in that you can layer it in. I mean, I guess we could layer it all in and then they can eventually get it done, can't we? That's as far as I need to go. Yeah, if I take the dirt out from under those, is that going to cause me an issue? I'm going to pause those. I'm a little bit worried that that's going to make the these vanish. Not vanish, but you know what I mean. Be removed. Okay, let's go down. So that's there. So if we go down now, we can. Because I don't think they'll do the removal with one on top of it, so I think that'll be okay. There. You can go in there. You can go in there. You need to go there. You need to go there. Where are we going up to? There. Okay. There. There. Is that right? Yeah. There. 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 Down one. All right. There. 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 Alrighty. And there. So that's all of that planned in. So we can, in theory, just leave them to chomp away on that, and we could work on designing the rest of this. And by designing, it's mostly putting in levees. We'll leave the one piece of path there, I guess. Come on. Let's just go check over here that this is behaving like it is. Yep. Awesome. Cool. All right. Levies. So we're going to feed from above on this, because I've got a system that I've been using that involves mechanical pumps and use your brain sluices, which works really nicely. And I've somehow gone way higher. How the heck is that? That's okay. Like somehow I've gone way higher than I need to. Some kind of optical illusion. There we go. That's going to be our water tank. Obviously it needs the insides chopped out. So, more shoveling to do. Right, a whole load of shoveling to do. There's me shovel makers. I said other shovel makers. Bosh. Bosh, we have and spare bot. We had and spare bot, so. We have metal. We have a few branches. I feel like they take a branch, a bit of metal, and they make 2 shovels. I like that. I do like that. That's kind of cool. We are going to need more. Oh, are we? We just need to place more scrap metal reclaimers in more opportune places. Like over here. There we go. We might need to think about mine soon, to be fair. Just looking around. Yeah, we need to think about mine soon. I'm guessing Well, would you believe that? The mine, folks, is a tree. I think we'll put it over here by the industry complex. I'll put it on this one. I am shocked that the mine is a tree. I am truly shocked. Speaking of trees, we really need more trees. So these guys have cleared those out. So let's endeavor to give them access to down here. When we get some more logs. Let's delete that weird bit of path. And mark those for cutting. There is a nice collection of oaks over there. Does that have a... No, it's only a double. Okay. That's a triple though. So we could... Yeah, we could do that. Then I think we could do... that. Bosh. Bosh. They're both buildable. No, and that gets us on the oak trees, which is what we want. If I put that there, that's also buildable. And we can do a little bit of path. We can put that there. That will be buildable once that's in. Then we can put those there. We could do with some more bots. You are lumberjacks with nothing to do. Whole load of lumberjacks down here. Oh, this was the project that I thought I was working on. Gonna get rid of you for now. That frees up a lot of bots. You can become bots. You can get marked for cutting. You can get marked for cutting. Get all of those cut down. Yes. Now, if I put that in a better place, it would have been way better. But, you know, I didn't, so we're going to put that there. And that means they can get up to those. And those are marked for cutting as well, so, yep. Jobs are good. And then they should be able to use this zipline station once the ladder is there. I believe. Right, back over here. Yes, I know we need to do this still. We have so many projects that we need to do still. But we can't do everything at once. do what we can do. And so it's interesting that they're doing this, but I'm guessing it's because we've got extract, but we don't have shovels. So, yeah. For this, I'm still thinking of harnessing these water sources, because we're not really using this area. But I've not worked out how we're going to do it yet. But here, we're good on power. This is just a priority thing. If you actually tell them to cut the trees down, doesn't it? So over here, we now have bots working hard to cut down oak trees, which is going to help us a lot with our wood supply. There we go. We could even put in one more. Oh, I cancelled it because I was going to go for the duplicate, but we can't do duplicate yet because we are in update 7, not update 1. We know. But that's quite a lot of oak trees, so that is going to be a nice boost. And we will probably need to do some replanting in the long term, but for now, we just need trees. Yep, we just need trees, and we really need another big plantation of these guys to get our branches. And maybe that was the point of this. What does this irrigate? Because we could maybe put more willows up here. I mean, we could put some willows in the swamp, in the grove thingy, I guess. This path is irritating me. We can't put... That was the first place I could put a path, wasn't it? Because of the angle on this. We could adjust the angle on this, I guess, but there are going to be issues with what we can plant where because of this zip line, but that's okay. We'll let that fill up and we'll see what we can do. Getting those built. I am actually thinking, so someone commented, why did I put these here, not here? And you're right. You are, of course, right. We should move those. To run like that. And recover this bit of land if it's irrigated. I join up that bit of path, they should be able to build them as well. There is an pine log there. If I do that, it'll get picked up. Right, that'll be good. That's getting stuff done. If we go back over here now, that's not bad, is it? If I were to put in them, one of them, and a few more ladders, I guess. It at least plant some more. We do need more willow trees. Put another one in, couldn't I? So we make use of all of the irrigated area. Yeah, that would be sensible. We're using up lumber pretty fast, but that's because we're building stuff that involves lumber all the way over here with our water tank. We will recover a fair bit with all of this. And we could in fact start recovering some of it. Because we don't need you, or 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 you. Oh, of course you went all the way out there though. Yeah, of course you did. I'll sort that in a bit. We've got most of it. If I do, I could do all of that and let them recover those and then do the other bits. That's probably more sensible, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do the more sensible thing. How's our shovel factory doing? It needs branches. What a surprise. We got you, bud. We trying. We trying. And we can do those, and that's a lot of resources recovered. They'll reach all of that and that, and do the building that they need to do. Awesome. That doesn't help with our branch shortage, but hopefully what we're about to do will. So probably what would be sensible would be to do that. Below. There we go. So I'm going to do that and then that on the hope that we can do a bit more once the thingy's in. All of that. And all of that. And I guess we need some runers. So we'll put some there. Two. Three. There we go. Yeah, and we'll just let them plant as much as they can. But that, folks, is going to be it for today, I'm afraid. I will, no promises, endeavour to carve out this hole in the gap. Not sure what the schedule is going to be like over the rest of the holiday period. We will see. We will see. But I hope you have enjoyed the video. Comments, questions, mistakes that you've spotted, stick them below, as always. Your help is always appreciated. And, oh, we are, again, not emptying. Let's just have a check on this. It's not clearing. Maybe we just make this higher. We run it at like 15%. Slightly concerned that there's water coming out of that bit. But anyway, I think that's going to be a problem for another time. Yeah, we'll have to have this able to clear as we raise it up. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I will see you all next time.